Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Golden Bachelorette's Chock Chapple reveals if he was actually ready to date Joan Vassos after working through family drama. The Golden Bachelorette Season 1 winner Chock Chapple revealed that he was actually ready to date Joan Vassos when he joined the show because he had some ideas in mind about dating. Joan and Chock got engaged at the end of the Golden Bachelorette Season 1. After working through the drama of bringing their families together for the holidays for the first time, the couple is still searching for a home in New York City. They want to get a place together in the Big Apple, while also keeping their own homes in Maryland, Joan, and Kansas, Chock. In an interview with Drew Barrymore on The Drew Barrymore Show, shared via Instagram, Drew asked Joan and Chock what was some dating advice they had, what are red flags to look out for, and what are things that people should really put stock in another person. Chock proved that he was ready to date Joan when he became a contestant on The Golden Bachelorette because he gave some excellent advice. Chock shared, "What I think you have to do, and this is just my opinion, you have to open up yourself. And you have to be ready. There are some people who say they want to date, but they're not ready for whatever reason. Past bad relationship, a death, anything like that. You really have to. And then you've got to let yourself out there." Chock also recalled the advice from his late mother, who passed away while he was filming The Golden Bachelorette. He said, "But then I'm a big proponent of, if it's not right, you'll know. Follow your gut. My mother used to say, do they make your life better? If they don't, run. Not walk. Run. They have to make your life better." It's wonderful to hear that Chock had some advice in mind as he navigated his journey with Joan during the Golden Bachelorette. Both he and Joan went through tragedy in their lives, as Joan had lost her husband of 32 years, John, to pancreatic cancer in 2021, while Chock's fiancée of 9 years, Kathy, passed away due to brain cancer in 2022. During Joan's Golden Bachelorette journey, she struggled with feeling truly ready to find love again after John's passing. But she finally realized that she could still love John, but also make room in her heart for someone else. Chock knew exactly what he wanted when he joined the Golden Bachelorette. And this is a good sign that his and Joan's relationship will last after the show, because he stayed with Joan. He obviously thought that she was good for him. He even returned to her after leaving for a bit when his mother passed away. Chock was also very ready to begin a new relationship, which wasn't completely true of all of Joan's Golden Bachelorette suitors. Chock's dating advice proves that he's given a lot of thought about the topic. He's absolutely right that some people might feel that they want to date, but if they're not truly ready, then it won't work out for them. In addition, Chock's mother gave him some important advice that if a person doesn't make one's life better, then they should end the relationship. Joan and Chock raised each other up during the Golden Bachelorette, and they always brought smiles to each other's faces. Joan never had to doubt if Chock was interested in her because he always made it very clear. Their relationship will last because it comes from a place of maturity and logic, rather than solely impulsivity and passion. Chock is a thoughtful man, and that's why he won Joan's heart. Joan and Chock are wished all the best for a lifetime of happiness and love together. Chock Chapple walked into the Golden Bachelorette with the quiet confidence of a man who had lived a full life. A father, a grandfather, a retired executive, and a man of faith. He carried his past on his shoulders, but didn't let it weigh him down. Yet, as he stood before Joan Vassos, a woman whose own journey had been filled with both love and heartbreak, one question lingered in the minds of fans. Was Chock truly ready to open his heart again after the family struggles he had faced? Chock had been open about the difficulties he had endured in recent years. Losing his wife had been a devastating chapter, but even beyond the grief, his family had seen its share of struggles. He had spoken candidly about working through differences with his children, trying to ensure that moving forward with love didn't mean leaving anyone behind. For some, the idea of stepping into a new relationship, let alone a high-profile one, while still navigating family dynamics seemed like a delicate balance. But Chock, ever the optimist, saw things differently. Life doesn't stop moving just because you're waiting for the perfect moment, he said during a heartfelt conversation with Joan. Sometimes you have to take the leap and trust that your heart is ready, even when your mind isn't sure. Joan, having faced her own battles of uncertainty, nodded in understanding. She had stepped away from the Bachelor franchise years before because of family responsibilities. She knew what it felt like to put love on hold for the sake of those she cherished. But now, standing before Chock, she needed to know, was he truly here for her? Or was he still looking over his shoulder at unfinished business? Chock admitted that before joining the Golden Bachelorette he had hesitated. His children had concerns, not because they didn't want him to be happy, but because they feared change. They worried about what it would mean if I fell in love again. Would it change our family dynamic? Would they feel like they were losing another piece of their mother? He reflected. The weight of those emotions had held him back. But in the end, Chock knew that love, real love, was about embracing life while carrying the past with grace. He wasn't looking to erase memories or replace what was lost. He was looking to build something new, something just as meaningful, but in a different way. That revelation led to one of the most emotional moments of the season. During a one-on-one date, Joan and Chock sat beneath the stars, the flickering glow of candles casting warm light on their faces. It was a setting that invited truth, and Chock gave it to her freely. I came here thinking I needed permission from my kids, from my past, maybe even from myself, to move forward, he confessed. But the truth is, I don't need permission. I need courage. And being here with you, Joan, has shown me that I still have plenty of that left. Joan smiled, reaching for his hand. So, do you think you were really ready when you first got here? She asked, her voice gentle but curious. Chock exhaled, a small chuckle escaping. If I'm being honest, maybe not, he admitted. But sometimes readiness isn't something you walk in with, it's something you find along the way. It was a sentiment that resonated deeply with Joan. Love at their stage in life wasn't about grand gestures or whirlwind romances. It was about finding someone who could walk beside you through the uncertainties and the joys alike. And in that moment, she saw something in Chock that went beyond charm or chemistry. She saw a man who was willing to do the hard work of loving again, despite the risks. The conversation sent shockwaves through Bachelor Nation. Fans who had questioned whether Chock was truly ready found themselves rooting for him even more. His honesty, his vulnerability, it wasn't just refreshing, it was real. As the weeks went on, Chock continued to prove that his heart was in the right place. When hometowns arrived, he introduced Joan to his family, a moment filled with both excitement and hesitation. His children, protective but loving, met Joan with open minds, and in the end, it wasn't just about Chock being ready. It was about his family realizing that readiness wasn't about having all the answers, but about being willing to embrace the journey. As the season neared its dramatic finale, one thing became clear. Chapple had come to the Golden Bachelorette with questions, but he was leaving with answers. Whether that meant walking away with Joan's final rose or simply with a heart fuller than when he arrived, only time would tell. But one thing was certain, Chock hadn't just found love. He had found himself again. And that, in the end, was the greatest victory of all.